Viewers, there's a country in this world which for a long time was an example of how to resist radicalism and fundamentalism, often against the odds. But a few months ago, it was the victim of a very suspicious riot which led to a democratically elected government fleeing and an unelected military-backed proxy being appointed in its place. This country is now witnessing the systematic persecution of Hindus and their way of life. And perhaps, unsurprisingly, all the torchbearers of freedom of religion and human rights are absolutely silent. Let's tell you what they are nervously trying to hush up. Let's expose these hypocrites tonight. Sample this. In 2021, Prime Minister Modi had visited Bangladesh. During that visit, he had presented a gold and silver-plated crown to the goddess Kali at the Jeshoreshwari Temple. It was a well-meant goodwill gesture. Now, in the continuing rampant chaos following the coup in Bangladesh, you will find that the crown has been stolen. Yes, the crown is gone. What's more, there exists a CCTV visual of the theft taking place. The thief simply walks in, as you can see on your screen, pockets the crown and then walks off. Viewers, any other government, any self-respecting government would have been profusely apologetic about such a thing happening. I'll tell you, viewers, in India, we give due importance to diplomatic gifts every time the Prime Minister meets his global counterparts or goes abroad. Hand-picked and meaningful gifts are exchanged. The same happened just in the last 24 hours as Prime Minister Modi went to Laos. Similarly, gifts received from visiting dignitaries are given their place of prime and kept in various museums like at Rashtrapati Bhavan and the Pradhan Mantri Sangrahalaya. What we don't do is allow kleptomaniacs to run rampant and steal what they want. But should we expect even this mercy from the new Bangladeshi dispensation? Their track record so far, viewers, indicates otherwise. Because ever since Sheikh Hasina was chased out, Hindus have been practically under siege in Bangladesh. Their homes, businesses, places of worship have been attacked, set ablaze, vandalized, and worse. Viewers, there have been forcible conversions and their religious observance and festivals have faced clampdown. Hindu teachers have been subjected to criminal treatment, and don't let the odd photo op and the toothless reassurance from Muhammad Yunus fool you. He is not the one in charge. That much became clear when he was feted during his US visit, and let slip that the entire riot saga was a US deep state and Soros-backed conspiracy. Viewers, Yunus is little more than a stooge of the interests that put him in power. The real question is why the secular lobby here in India, the same lobby that tweets daily for Gaza, cannot utter a word for Hindus in Bangladesh. Think about it, viewers. I mean, the same people will campaign for 3 days of national mourning for India for a Hezbollah terrorist. And then there are the two-faced US government wings, these dime-a-dozen commissions that dole out religious freedom certificates. Does Bangladesh not exist on their maps? Or do Hindus not exist in their collective consciousness? Today, viewers, these snakes have been exposed for what they are, and enough is enough. The theft of the Kali Mata crown is symbolic of what the Hindus of Bangladesh are facing. And viewers, they cannot be allowed to be ragged, oppressed, deprived, and terrorized like this.
There is little hope from Bangladeshi government who has surrendered to these terrorists. We are seeing that the interim government has freed many terrorists from their jails, and right after coming out, these terrorists, they are threatening India and also Bangladeshi Hindus. Why can't India intervene now and save the remaining 13 million Hindus from Bangladesh?
हिंदुओं को एक होने करने का, हिंदुओं को एक होने का, नहीं तो ये वोट के सौदागर, ये दृश्य आखिर क्यों? हमने तो कभी तजिया पर एक पत्थर नहीं फेंका। हम उसी लिए संगठित हिंदू, सशक्त हिंदू, बटोगे तो कटोगे, यही संवाद करने जा रहे हैं।
The Bangladesh government failed to protect that. Therefore, I think that the Bangladesh government and its people who are non-Hindus are trying to persuade Hindus there, and this is nothing, another step in that direction. I think this is nothing but a first step of persecution to the non-Muslims in Bangladesh.
Let's open this up. Guru Prakash stays on. Tushar Gupta also with us. Abdul Razak Khan stays on. Dr. Nikul Patel. Anirban Banerjee joins the panel. Tushar Gupta, what do you make of this, Tushar? the crown of goddess Kali taken out in broad daylight. Nothing happens. Nothing there, nothing here.
Good evening, Pranesh. Look, I'm not surprised by what's going on in Bangladesh. The Hindus there have no hope, and I think it's in their best long-term interest that they, decide to resist this government, this regime that is a planted regime from the Western Hemisphere. It's that simple. It's that straightforward. But I'm surprised by the inaction and no reaction from the Hindus in India, starting with the Hindus in West Bengal. The West Bengal Hindus should at least be voicing their concerns against what's happening next door. At least in their media, for the state that's known for its intellect somehow, they should be voicing what's going on with their counterparts in the neighboring state, and there's no word, absolutely no word coming out of it. The people who 2 months ago said, oh, there is no violence against Hindus in Bangladesh, this is a media conspiracy. Some people are running 8 and 9 p.m. shows to drop some imaginary conspiracy to defame the new government in Bangladesh. All that kind of nonsense that was uttered against the Hindus by the same lobby that told the Muslims during CA, oh, your citizenship will be taken away. Oh, NRC is not going to be in your best interest. These are the same people, Pranesh, who misguide the minority communities in India and stay silent when minority communities in other states, starting with Pakistan, Bangladesh and Afghanistan, are tormented. This is the same lobby that stood silent on the torture of Sikhs in Afghanistan. The same lobby that said CA was unnecessary, and today they owe an apology to this entire nation, but before that, to the Hindus of Bangladesh. But will they apologize? Absolutely not. It's a shameless lot, Pranesh. That's all I'll say.
Anirban Banerjee, there is an ecosystem in our country that wanted 3-day national mourning for Nasrallah. They are silent on what's happening to Hindus in Bangladesh.
Yeah, you can ask the same question to the people who went on the mourning for 3 days, asking that question to me was futile, because I would see it like this, that equating Gaza, whatever is happening in Gaza, in the rest of Palestine, and right now in a parts of Lebanon, you cannot simply equate it with anything that is happening elsewhere in the world. Because what's happening in Gaza, in Palestine, in parts of Lebanon, is simply mass slaughter sponsored by the Israeli forces.
So unless Hindus are slaughtered en masse, 1 minute. No. So you want Hindus to meet that fate before the ecosystem here wakes up. Tushar.
One point. My one question to the previous spokesperson, please. In Gaza, there were people who attacked Israelis on October 7th, exactly a year ago. Please tell me, who did the Hindus of Bangladesh attack in Bangladesh to be receiving of such an attack on their faith, on their places of worship? Please tell me, who did the Hindus of Bangladesh attack in Bangladesh? Please.
Please, Mr. Please. So you are proving my point that you cannot equate Gaza, Palestine with Bangladesh. That is exactly what I am saying. So when Pranesh said that this is happened in Gaza, this is what happened in Gaza, etc., people are holding mournings, etc., and this is what is happening in Bangladesh. Exactly what I said was you cannot equate the two, because the activities from both sides, whether it's in Palestine, whether it's Bangladesh, it's completely different. In Bangladesh, the attacks on Durga Pujas, the reports about attacks on Durga Pujas also took place in 2023. When the Hasina government was in power, nobody toppled that government right then, but reports came in that Durga Pujas are being vandalized.
No,
right?
so every
People
time
were
an attack
arrested
like
then,
this
the
happens, Anirban, if every time an attack like this happens, if you heard what I said in the introduction, I said, where are those who talk about human rights? So people who are chanting Nasrallah every day, forget what happened to Israel on October 7th. And regardless of what happened in Israel how can an ecosystem that champions or claims to be champion of human rights not condemn what is happening to Hindus there?
If you want to discuss about Palestine, I'm well up for it. What has been happening in Palestine for decades, not just on October 7th in 2023 in Israel. What has been happening in Palestine for decades, what has been happening for the last year.
Anirban, TV, unfortunately, as you realize, does not give us, enough time as a medium to talk about history. History is no justification for attacking innocents. It is not. October 7th attack must be condemned. So people will condemn Israel for what it is doing after October 7 because it was an attack on their sovereignty, on their people. But let's talk about what's happening to Hindus in Bangladesh. Abdul Razak Khan, you want national mourning for Nasrallah. Why are you silent on this?
Sir, international mourning. He's a leader. We have to. All that is happening in Bangladesh against Hindus is happening against Muslims in India. But still, a report on international religious freedom. Bangladesh is doing far better. India is doing somewhere, at the bottom corner. Please have a look. In India, if a tenant does some crime, the owner's house is bulldozed. Is this not being criticized internationally? Today we are talking about some petty theft that has happened in
Petty
one
theft.
temple.
Petty theft.
Okay, the significance
Really?
is
Petty theft?
Mr. Modi has
Petty theft.
Sir,
The crown of goddess Kali
Yes,
is
sir.
stolen, and this
Yes,
is petty
sir.
theft.
The significance is only because
No, Abdul Razak Khan, 1 minute. Those people,
Sir,
Abdul Razak Khan, you are one cheerleader of Zakir Naik. You are a cheerleader of Nasrallah. And for, you describe this as petty theft. How dare you say that?
And I'm
Petty
proud.
theft,
I am
attack on
proud.
places of worship
Sir,
is a petty
please
crime
listen
for
to
you.
me. Please listen to me. I will give you
Rikul
a
Patel,
list.
is
I
this
will-
petty theft?
Sir,
No.
Dr. Patel, why don't you tell your friend? Is this petty theft?
See, I have to speak. I would like to say any theft is to be condemned because the people who are stealing those things are really not doing good things as
This
a part
is not-
of law, as a part of society.
This is not pickpocket robbery. This is an attack on faith of Hindus. I can't believe it.
Recently-
Guru Prakash, I don't expect any better from Abdul Razak Khan because if you asked him about Zakir Naik, if you asked him to take a stand, he says, look, Nasrallah is our leader, Zakir Naik is our leader. And now, he crosses the line and says this is a petty theft.
No, Pranesh, I'm absolutely shocked and disappointed by the observation of my fellow panelist. It's a question of our deity. And when it's a question of our deity, how can you even think of this? How can you even have the audacity to say such a word? It is a matter of faith for us. And on a live television, you have this audacity to say such a thing. I think you should be apologizing.
Will you apologize, Abdul Razak Khan?
That what Aurangzeb did by destroying thousands of our temples.
Will you apologize?
Sir, I have been requesting you from that time to allow me to complete my sentence. You down my traders. How dare you? You should allow me to complete the sentence.
Start
You
by
listen to
apologizing.
half, you debate on half. This is unfair. What apology are you talking about? You should apologize.
Yeah, I am apologetic
Why do you
for
down my
inviting
traders
you.
when I'm talking?
I am actually.
Sir, I am saying it gained significance because Mr. Modi has gifted it. I will tell you, gold stolen from a temple in Udupi, 228 kg gold stolen from Kedarnath, 17 kg gold stolen from Padmanabh Swami temple, 2014, gold and cash stolen from temple in Visakhapatnam, gold kalash worth 15
नहीं,
crore
क्या बोलना चाह रहे हैं
stolen
आप?
from historic temple. Sir,
This is not about Prime Minister Modi. This is about faith of millions. Don't do that on TV, Abdul Razak Khan. Don't do that. Do not do that. Do not do that for a few votes. Do not do that. Do you want to apologize?
हिंदू मुसलमान कर रहे हैं? जवाब
हिंदू
दीजिए।
मुसलमान? Nasrallah आपका हीरो है. Zakir Naik के आप फैन हैं.
हाँ, और क्या?
And then you
और
come
क्या?
and lecture me.
हाँ, आप इधर बैठ के
Do you know what Nasrallah has done?
मंदिर में
Do you know what Nasrallah stands
चोरी
for?
होती है.
Do you know what Zakir Naik
मंदिर
stands
में
for?
चोरी होती है. How is it related
Abdul
to
Razak
Palestine?
Khan, do you know
Sir,
what
how is it
Zakir Naik
related
has
to
said in
Palestine?
Pakistan? Just some
Sir,
of the things
मंदिर
that
में
he
चोरी होती
said.
है.
If I start reading out what he said,
चोरी
you will be
बांग्लादेश
embarrassed.
के
You
मंदिर
will
में
cover
होती
your
है.
face.
आप उसको
But I don't know what
पाकिस्तान को
political
relate करोगे.
compulsions or other
आप
compulsions
उसको
you have
पाकिस्तान को
that you will
relate करोगे.
continue to say, Hail Zakir, Hail
I am
Zakir.
proud about Hassan Nasrallah. I am proud about Zakir Naik.
Yeah, you are proud about
Against
Nasrallah who's a
them.
terrorist.
If you have proof, give it to the country.
Nasrallah is a terrorist and you are proud of a
Yes, I am
terrorist.
proud about Nasrallah.
Yeah,
Hassan
he's a
Nasrallah.
terrorist. Be proud of a terrorist.
For you, he may be.
Be proud of a
For you, he may
terrorist.
be. In
Zakir
my
Naik
eyes,
is
he
also
not a
proud of
terrorist.
another terrorist, Osama
He
bin
is fighting
Laden.
for his
And you
land.
are proud of Zakir Naik.
Sir, in your eyes, even Talibanis were terrorists. In your eyes, Talibanis were terrorists. Today, India
Dr.
is giving
Nitul
them
Patel,
50,000 kgs
was
of
Nasrallah a
meat.
terrorist?
Why is India giving it to the terrorists?
See, firstly, I would like to say that whatever happened in the temple of Bangladesh is not good. It has to be condemned because definitely whenever you are talking of a country where the people are in minority, their interest has to be protected by that particular government. Over here, it's a matter of concern to us. Firstly, think that, okay, fine, we are Hindus and it is concern to us because our deity is not being respected. I would like to just say that whatever name you are speaking, he may be hero for someone, but definitely his
You
acts
can't
are
even
not
take
of
that
heroism.
name. Can you take that
You
name,
said-
Nasrallah?
Nasrullah, okay, Nasrullah. Nasrullah may be hero for someone, but his act is not of hero. He is fighting against someone, and that is not correct, and it
क्या
is
बोल रहे हैं
against the
डॉक्टर
law.
पटेल? टेरर को तो टेरर बोल दीजिए, प्लीज.
तो टेररिस्ट है, चलो ना टेररिस्ट बोल दिया, मुझे क्या पता वो क्या कर रहा है. मैंने
आपको
उसका
पता नहीं है
हिस्ट्री नहीं पढ़ा
नसरल्ला
है.
क्या कर रहा है?
मैंने आप बता रहे तो मैं पूछ रहा हूँ, आप बता दीजिए ना, मेरे उसका हिस्ट्री बता दीजिए, मैं कोरिलेट कर दूंगा उसको. आप बता रहे टेररिस्ट, मैंने पढ़ा नहीं तो मैं कैसे बताऊंगा टेररिस्ट?
नसरल्ला, अच्छा चलिए ठीक है,
पता है.
ओके.
बोलो.
समय नहीं है, नहीं तो मैं आपको बताता नसरल्ला ने क्या क्या किया और क्या बोला है. अब्दुल रज़ाक खान तो इतने अब्दुल रज़ाक खान तो इतने खुश हो गए कि डिबेट में समय नहीं है. उनको खुशी हो रही है, डिबेट में समय नहीं है. नहीं तो अभी नसरल्ला फाइल्स हम यहाँ खोलते तो फिर उनको दिक्कत हो जाती. लेकिन ये जाकिर नाइक के फैन है और ये नसरल्ला के चीयर लीडर हैं. I expect nothing better from people like him. But you see, this is the problem. People in our country who, claim to champion human rights are absolutely mum, or maybe they endorse this petty theft. Imagine, viewers, the crown of goddess Kali is stolen and many people refer to it as petty theft. Let's leave it at that. I thank all of you for joining us on India Upfront.